everyone, welcome to Secondhand Blasters. This is Normatico here, and I figured I'd actually do something different today. So this is the outside of Casa Normatico. I am actually on the second floor deck, and just here enjoying a wonderful day here in beautiful Ohio. So, of those things that I was actually at the store the other day, and I saw something that I had seen on reviews before, but I'd actually never seen at one of the stores before, and that was part of the Nerf Alpha Strike series. I was surprised because the Alpha Strike series came out several years ago, and I don't know if it actually got a wide release in some of the big box stores, but I actually found this one at a Dollar General. Of all places, which has kind of surprised me. I am talking about the Nerf Alpha Strike Mantis. That is the LR-1. LR, I'm assuming, is Long Rifle 1. Now, the Alpha Strike series, and I do apologize about the outside noise. I can't control the people that have their cars revving up. Anyways, the Alpha Strike series, it was actually released with the premise of being a introductory level blaster for people to introduce them to Nerf. Now, it's one of those things that I don't know why Hasbro decided to actually do this series, because of the fact that it's Nerf. Everyone knows what Nerf is. This was coming out on the tail end of the Modulus series, and to be quite honest, if an 8-year-old, which is what this is designed for, it does say ages 8 and up, if an 8-year-old had not seen a Modulus at the stores by that time, by the time that they were of age to own one of these, then I don't know if this would be the right way to introduce them. That being said, though, it's an okay blaster. They're relatively inexpensive. So, and I should say okay, it's an okay price for a blaster. This one itself runs $12 at Dollar General. I believe that's adjusting for inflation. The original cost was somewhere around $10. I kind of broke my rule and I paid full price for it only because of the fact that I kind of wanted to see and test it out to see if it was as bad as other people had said it was. I am a glutton for punishment. But again, at a $12 price point, this is something that, I'll be honest with you, if I can mod it and make it better, I can make it better. And if not, I'm out a value meal that's supersized. They still do supersized value meals, right? Maybe. Anyways. So let's go ahead and take a look at the box. Now, the Alpha Strike series, it did come in 2 different color sets. There is the Mantis LR-1, and then there's the Wolf LR-1. The Wolf and the Mantis are only different because one is yellow and orange, the other one is blue and red, or as I call it, Captain America colors. I believe that the Wolf's handle down here is actually black, so, oh no, you get 3 colors on the Wolf. Now, the Alpha Strikes, I will tell you that I've actually owned a couple of the Alpha Strike series already, such as the Claw. I was really impressed with how the Claw shot for a quad shot using a smart AR system. I did not expect to be able to modify it, but I was able to. I was actually able to make it shoot Steffens, which is kind of nice, and it shoots pretty well for what was a $5 blaster. So maybe we can do the same with this one. Now, looking at the box itself, it does tell you pretty much how you do things. It shows you steps 1, 2, and 3. 1, you actually load the dart into the breech itself. 2, you pull the lever. 3, you fire it, and the dart goes out that way. Or should I say, this way. Anyways, it does come with 5 darts, with the blue darts with the red tips. From my personal experience with these darts from the Alpha Strike series, they are actually pretty good. I'm not going to lie. They're supposed to be elite darts, and that's fine. I find that they perform better than the standard elites, in my opinion. So I might just be biased. Maybe it's just wishful thinking, or maybe I've just had a bad batch of elite darts. They don't necessarily fly more accurately, but they do fly farther, in my opinion. They hit harder as well. So let's go ahead and actually get this open. I'm not going to actually use the box cutter today because it is plastic ties here, and I see that there are at least 3 of them. Well, they doubled up on this one, so it might be 4. And we'll see what we got here. They did double up on one of them. So, all right. So there you go. This is the Mantis LR-1. Now, just like any Nerf blaster, it does have the pretty side because it has the Alpha Strike logo on it in black, and then it has the ugly side, which has nothing but the warning that tells you, hey, don't shoot yourself in the face, do not try to mod it, and so on and so forth. I don't expect very much about this blaster because of the much coloring on it, because again, it is a $12 blaster. This is a bargain blaster, so I don't expect it to be decorated. That being said, the plastic itself, a little bit of sanding on this, and you can actually paint this to look really nice. It does feel a little bit cheap. The plastic does bend a little bit. That right there, as you can see. So, but again, it is a $12 blaster. I do not expect anyone who is a mega Nerf enthusiast to go out and purchase one of these. But to give this to an 8-year-old or to a younger child, this might be okay. Oh, that trigger's weird. So this trigger, let me see if I can zoom in on it here. When you pull it, it kind of bends back and down as opposed to pulling straight back. So that's probably because of the plastic spring leaf that's inside of there. Now, I do not see any screws on here, which is not surprising because it is part of the Alpha Strike series. They resorted to just using clips, which means that you could probably unclip the blue here, and you might be able to get to the internals of this. It does say it has a targeting scope. The targeting scope, if we're going to be honest with you, it's about as effective as looking through a roll of bathroom toilet paper. It's really not a functioning scope. I mean, I guess it looks cool. You can kind of aim with it, I guess. But, yeah, So, that's in the box. Of course, the darts are stored in the box as well. And what do we have here? That's a big storage area for darts. A gigantic area of storage, and this is what they give you. I didn't expect them to give you a lot of darts. I really didn't. But it's the way the box is designed. So, these are the color of the darts. It is a blue that I would be more likely to call Elite 2.0 blue. Let me show you the difference between a standard Elite dart and the Alpha Strike darts. So, there is a little bit of a color variation there. Nothing too big. So, given that this is one of those throwaway darts, I actually just want to see how this fires to the side there. Pull that. Well, that was a bad dart apparently, because it does not want to fire from here. So, oh yeah, nope. That is a damaged dart. Let's see if I happen to have another dart here. Aha. When you live in a house like mine, and G-Rex likes to leave darts flying everywhere, you find them all over the place. This is one of my modulus darts. It actually has a little bit of a kick to it. So, I'll be able to see, and let me say, a little bit of a kick equates to, it's more than something that you would find at the dollar store. Let's be honest here. I do not expect anything more than 55 feet per second out of this blaster, but we'll hook it up to a chrono and we'll see if we can shoot anything, decently. So, we'll be back with a chrono reading.
Yeah.
first things first, you are going to want to go ahead and use a small flathead screwdriver. You're going to want to go ahead and reach these red pegs. You're going to want to push down, up, and you're going to want to loosen every single one of them. So the point is that this blue shell, you're going to want to loosen, and it should pop right off. Now you want to be a little bit careful because these are plastic, and it is a flimsy plastic, so you don't want to break them. Just here. Now these blue ones, you're also going to want to take apart as well. Much the same way, it's just a standard clip. That is the internal of the blaster. So as you can see, all of this is actually one piece. There are two clips for the plunger rod assembly. The plunger rod itself does not screw in. It is clipped in with the actual plunger and the rod. Because of that, upgrading the spring is going to be very difficult. You're going to have to use a thread method, which I am actually not going to do, only because of the fact that it's really thick. Not to mention, for a $12 blaster, I don't know if it's actually worth it. When you actually take out the air restrictor, though, it is pretty simple. I'll be honest with you, the plastic in here, it's not that great. As such, I was actually very easily able to take a longer screwdriver, a thicker screwdriver, and just tap it with the back of a hammer. And after about 5 taps, that air restrictor, the wall of the air restrictor, I guess I could call it that, that actually popped out. I will say that it is a pretty thick barrier for the air restrictor, so it is worth taking out because that should add quite a few extra feet per second. Now when it comes to these clips, you do want to be a little bit careful with these. You don't want to break them. There are only 2. So you don't want to break them. And it is being a little bit more difficult this time around. There we go. Removing the plunger tube, you are going to want to actually pull on the trigger because it does get stuck on the catch if you don't. Let's see if you can actually see straight down in there. That's it. That is pretty simple. This is probably the easiest blaster I've ever taken apart. No screws, nothing. This part itself, the stock, it does not come apart. That is actually solvent welded on there. However, this part does come apart. So if you did wish to make the effort to put an actual brass breech in here, you can. That would actually make it a much tighter seal and probably get you a lot farther, a lot higher FPS. You should be able to break 100 doing that. Again, that's not something that I'm going to do at this time, only because of the fact that, again, I don't trust this particular type of plastic when it comes to getting the bolt in there, the drill piece, I guess, the drill bit for a 17/32 drill bit. I don't know. With how flimsy the plastic is, I'm afraid it might melt. I have seen other people do it. I don't think I have the skill set nor the tools to actually do that, so I'm going to lay off of that from now. What I might actually go ahead and do, though, is do a paint modification on this. Putting it back in, of course, you are going to want to go ahead and press the trigger again. That would allow the plunger rod to go in. That clips back into place just like that. And then we're going to want to go ahead and put one side first. All those clip in. And then with this side, we're going to make sure to line up the pegs properly so that they all go into the right hole. And then it's a matter of just getting the clips in. And that is the Mantis LR-1 in a nutshell. Very easy to modify to do that air restrictor mod. And we're actually going to show you now how it runs on the chrono with mini darts and with the standard size darts. Okay, so we're back, and as you can see, there is quite a little bit of a bump there on the performance now that we've removed the AR and that we've converted for mini darts as well. Now, some people may want to go ahead and put the brass breech in. I'm not going to go ahead and do this at this time. As I said, I just don't have the tools right now ready to do that. That being said, here's the important question. Is the blaster worth it? So, it is a $12 blaster over at Dollar General, and I am not upset that I got this blaster, and here's why. Is it something that I would take into a Nerf war? Absolutely not. No, there's no way. You would get decimated with this. However, if this is something that you want to play around in the house with, maybe just do some targets in the back, set up some little styrofoam cans, and shoot at them, hey, you know what? You'd have a good time with this. Is this something that you might want to practice with a junior Nerfer and show them how to modify? That would be wonderful, and here's why. When it comes to doing Nerf mods, the last thing you want to do is run the risk of breaking a blaster that you've paid $30, $40, maybe even $50 for. Sometimes when you do modify things, if you are not careful, you might damage it to the point where it's no good anymore. When you do that to a $12 blaster, you don't have to worry about that, oh man, I am out $50 sensation. I'm sure that you all know what I'm talking about, especially if you're a parent on a budget. However, with the $12 toy here that you can modify, if you actually are able to modify it successfully, you are able to build on skills that that young modder will be able to grow and use in future projects. So because of that, I highly recommend this blaster for anyone who's interested in basic modifications. Same thing, even though I don't have the tools with me right now, when it comes to practicing with breaches, this would probably be a really good blaster to practice with because, again, it is only $12. If you mess up, what are you out? $12. It's not like you're going to have to go buy another whole $50 blaster or a $30 blaster. You're not going to have to struggle to find, oh my gosh, I have to go find a new Retaliator or a new Recon or a new Falcon Fire or whatever blaster you are choosing to breach. That is why it's worth it for the $12 if you can find it. Again, you can find them at Dollar General. I do recommend not looking for these on eBay only because of the fact that scalpers going to scalp, and because they're not widely found at a lot of stores, the minimum that you're going to find them on eBay after shipping is about $23, $24. Do not get me started on the scam artists at Mercari, who seem to think that a $12 blaster that they purchase, they can turn around and sell it for $25. This is definitely not worth $25. So, that being said, just want to remind you all that if you wish to actually possibly win a free blaster, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on this video. Once I do hit 100 subs, I'm going to launch a new video that's going to basically be a, hey, this giveaway is going to happen now, and from the commenters, I am going to determine who gets the blaster. So keep your eyes open for that video. Again, I still have quite a ways to go to get to those 100 subs, and once I get past that 100 subs into the 1,000 subscriber range, that giveaway is going to happen once a month. Once a month, someone's actually going to get either a new or slightly loved on blaster. It will either be modified or not. It really just depends. But until next time, thank you for watching. Keep on blasting.